Welcome to another episode of Music Therapy. I am John Thewin, a mental health therapist, and today we are listening to The Tale of Jenny and Screech by REN. For those of you that don't know, you should definitely watch Violet's Tale. It's about the mother of these two kids. So definitely check that out before. I'll throw the link in the description so you'll be all caught up. Alright, without further ado, let's get into it. Please like, subscribe, and comment for more content. What I love about Ren is he always has the guitar solo in the beginning, followed by some completely different melody. It's always so different from one episode, one song to the next.
It was a quiet dark night in an empty street somewhere in London City. Jenny walked alone, she was dragging her feet. She was heading back home to sleep. Well, she knew this town, she knew this floor, because she walked it about 1,000 times before. She wanted to escape. Can you blame? Well, on the very same night, in a different place, there walked this hooded young youth by the name of James. He was 14 years old and out of his brain. He'd been smoking ganja with the boys. James, he grew up to be a kid of the street. His mates called him Screech. He was quick on his feet. He was a liar, a thief. At 14 years old, the devil had set his sights on his soul.
So, James or Screech, they're the same person. It sounds like he's into some shady things, but he's known colloquially as Screech, and that is the other story. Okay, so I'm catching up here. This is going to be a lot.
James, he grew up to be a kid of the street. His mates called him Screech. He was quick on his feet. He was a liar, a thief, at 14 years old.
So a lot of people look down on liars and thieves, but sometimes James or Screech, he might have to lie and steal in order to survive, because it sounds like, his mom passed away in Violet's Tale, so who knows how he grew up, whether it was in an orphanage, whether on the streets. It is maybe a survival necessity for him to be stealing, lying, cheating.
Oh, the devil had set his sights on his soul. As Jenny walked home all alone, she felt scared. Usually she was alright, but it was like there was something in the air. A divine intervention telling her to beware, maybe intuition bugging her and making her so scared. Sirens sound in the distance at the beat of Jenny's feet. A symphony of the night that echoes crime on London streets.
I can totally see this panning into like two intersecting stories. You have James or Screech on one end and then Jenny on the other, and she's feeling off, right? And maybe that has something to do with her brother being in trouble and having this twin connection here between both of them.
Sound in the distance at the beat of Jenny's feet. A symphony of the night that echoes crime on London streets. Jenny turns a corner, their eyes they meet. Up or go Jenny, a boy named Screech. Give me all your money, bitch, give it to me. If you cooperate, then you'll soon be free. I want your purse, your phone, don't fucking look at me.
Ooh, that tone that he just shifted into is so fearful and aggressive simultaneously. And so I'm curious, do Jenny and Screech not know each other at all? Maybe they grew up in like two different homes, but now they're meeting and he's robbing her. So this is really intense. And you can see the desperation of Screech channeled by Ren in this video, in this scene specifically. Here, watch this again.
Operate, then you'll soon be free. I want your purse, your phone, don't fucking look at me. I mean it, bitch, are you listening to me? Jenny freezes statue like a lady shakes stalactite. Feel like liquid nitrogen in the dark night. She tried to find strength to move.
Wow, so this is a lot paralleling Violet's Tale. Violet, why you always so quiet, Violet? In character, she stays silent. And then also, Jenny is having that trauma response, the freeze response, where she is trying to shrink, to be non-reactive, to not startle Screech. But she is freezing, having the exact same trauma response as her mother did with that abuser.
Like liquid nitrogen in the dark night. She tried to find strength to move, but stayed as still as a statue in high-heeled shoes. What the hell you playing at? You playing games with me? I swear to fucking God, I'll slice the rosy off your cheeks. You think I don't mean it, girl? You don't know me. The last thing you see will be a boy code. Screech reached with the sheath of the blade, with the teeth that could bite through steel and slice concrete, and he swung possessed with the devil in his chest, and the statue she was turned to butter in her breath.
Oh no. Oh no. So you're telling me that these twins probably were separated at birth, and he robs her, stabs her, slices her up. Oh my gosh, as if this story could get any more emotionally loaded. Holy shoot. I am not ready for this, y'all. This was a loaded recommendation here. We're going to be here analyzing it. But holy smokes, so Jenny's in trouble here.
Possessed with the devil in his chest, and the statue she was turned to butter in her breath.
Ooh.
It was a quiet dark night in an empty street somewhere in London City. Jenny lay still on the cold concrete. She's found somewhere to sleep. Well, she knew this town, she knew this floor, 'cause she'd walked it about 1,000 times before. I guess that she escaped. It's such a shame.
Wow, those vocals there. I'm curious what he means by she escaped.
It's such a shame.
Through Rula, it's easier to connect with a therapist who
Holy
specializes
smokes.
in you.
So, what does that mean that he thinks that she escaped? She escaped from life or escaped from the robbery? Those are two different meanings there. I'm hoping escape from the robbery, but you know with Ren how he tends to, go all in on things. So I'm worried she's dead here. Oh no. It's so amazing how he can tell a story just with the string of a guitar. How he messes with it and it rings and it leaves this eerie sensation of, hey, Pickles, chill out. You're fine. How it leaves this eerie sensation behind as it reverberates. He is so excellent at creating such a haunting vibe with his guitar. So that was maybe Jenny's tale, and now we're gonna see the other side, the flip side of this alleged murderer here. So this is gonna get intense real quick, I'm sure.
Story, it starts right at the end of the life of poor Jenny, clocked out like Big Ben.
Oh my gosh. So Jenny is down. She has passed away, dead, murdered by her twin brother, Screech. Oh my gosh.
Poor Jenny, clocked out like Big Ben. This Screech, dear boy, where did he go? He melted into the black night just like snow. Patrick, man, let me in, please open the door. I think I fucked up, Patrick, really fucked up, man, I'm not sure. I got crazy, left this lady lying still.
Wow, so he is in a panic, post-traumatic shock likely, after he murdered this woman after trying to rob her. And he is not seeing things clearly. He is absolutely deranged and trying to make sense of the murder he just committed. Holy smokes.
Patrick, man, let me in. Please open the door.
And you can see just the absolute fear in Ren's voice and also in his face. I mean, he is so expressive.
I think I fucked up, Patrick. Really fucked up, man. I'm not sure. I got crazy. Left this lady lying still on the floor. I think I killed her, Patrick. Come on, man. I can't knock no more. But Screech kept on knocking till his knuckles became sore. But there's no sign of Patrick down at number 54. No refuge for our villain, for the bitter hands of fate, with something far more sinister in mind that does away.
What more sinister could possibly happen? I have no idea.
Hey, babe, you in? Nah, nothing really. I'm just a bit tired. Listen, can I swing around yours for a few moments? I just really miss you, babe. What the fuck do you mean you're busy?
Oh, no. He is triggered. And by triggered, I mean absolutely enraged by his girlfriend or friends with benefit holding a boundary with him. And wow, that snap was just so palpable. And I'm terrified of the character Ren will become here. Just seeing a glimpse of that. Whew.
Was for a few moments. I just really miss you, babe. What the fuck do you mean you're busy? You fucking bitch! For fuck's sakes!
Good indicator if someone treats you like that. They're probably a little unhinged. Maybe you should distance yourself from them, right? Because holy smokes, that was a quick snap for him.
Siren sounds approaching like a banshee in the night. The shrill cry of justice cutting like the sharpest knife. But Screech was never one to run, not one to miss a fight. One hand upon his blade, he turned to face the blue lights. Come on then, you fucking cunts, let's fucking have you then. I am Screech, I'm the boss, I'm the ender of men.
Wow, so we're seeing some delusions of grandiosity here. Like, he is invincible. He has the ability to take life when he sees fit. And he's having some grandiose delusions that he is better than other people and that he is going to stand up to the police and get away with it. And I think we can all kind of see where this is going. Perhaps him in a jail cell at best and him in a grave at worst. But holy smokes, he is thinking that he is like an all-powerful god, which is really going to be met with reality pretty quickly.
Fucking have you then? I am Screech, I'm the boss, I'm the ender of men. You think that uniform you're wearing means that you own these streets? These are my fucking streets, and they call me fucking Screech. Richard was an officer who stood at 6'3", working London on the night shift. What he didn't think he'd see was a boy running at him like an animal possessed.
Wow, so this is intense. And absolutely, first responders, whether you're police, firefighter, EMT, see some of the worst parts of humanity. I've heard some horror stories, and this is one of them being depicted by Ren here. Imagine a teenage boy running at you like an animal in the streets, howling like a wolf and just yelling at the top. I mean, it's horrendous, but really they're such heroes to be out there protecting the rest of the population, and much respect, much admiration for them.
What he didn't think he'd see was a boy running at him like an animal possessed. With no time to hesitate, he fired 4 bullets at Screech's chest.
Wow, I would never in my wildest dreams think of using a string to represent a gunshot. This is absolute brilliance on Ren's part. Like I said, he can really fickle with a string to get that eerie feeling, and now he's representing a gun with a freaking guitar. What a musical genius. No one else has this creative ability like Ren. This is just absolutely unrivaled.
Our story, it ends right at the start. Young Screech and poor Jenny lying 1 street apart. An officer shaken by the boy that he claimed. 2 bodies lay lifeless, and it's such a shame. It's so...
Wow. So for Jenny and Screech, Violet was abused and she died giving birth to them, and the trauma repetition has continued to the point where Jenny and Screech have both died on the streets, whether, victims of abuse, or, gunshot violence. Like, this is the cycle of trauma, and this is the propensity people have, is to repeat it because it's known as opposed to something that's unknown, and we prefer the unknown, the known to the good, and the known to the unknown. So, holy smokes, I was not expecting it to be so harrowing and result in them dying in the first 7 minutes. I mean, what else is going to happen in this video? I'm just curious, like, how he's going to continue this, because this is just, whew.
And it's such a shame. It's such a shame.
The world is in constant motion, and you have places to go. Enter
Some backstory on them, or perhaps like their impact on their family and friends, because he killed off the name of the song. Jenny and Screech no longer exist, which to me makes it seem like it's over. But obviously Ren, you know how he is, such a deep thinker. I bet he is going to weave in some brilliance here. I love this. This is the Violet's tail guitar bit. All right, maybe it's gonna transition back. So talented with this guitar.
London City, far from pretty, 2005. A lady down in Paddington is fighting just to stay alive.
So, 2005, I've thought a lot about this. So, in England, Britain, they say the day, the month, the year. So, it could be the 20th of the 5th month, or it could be like 2005, or it could be, yeah, it could mean 2 dates. I've thought about this a lot.
Rhythmic beeps and bloodstains, she saw a lady weep, she's tired and frail. To set the scene, we must rewind the hands of time for Violet's tale.
Ooh. I'm sweating.
Violet was a silent girl, grew up with violent starts. Her mother was a drinker and her father was a bastard. Every night he took her tight but never left the room. I'll spare you with the things he did, I'm sure her mother knew.
And a really fascinating clinical point here is that there is intergenerational trauma that can be predominantly passed down from the mother, from the matriarch, mother of the family. So if your mother, like grandmother, great grandmother, survived like something atrocious like the Holocaust or another mass atrocity, then that trauma physiologically will be spread genetically to their offspring, and they'll have this trauma response. And so we know that people who have mothers who've been really traumatized, they have more post-traumatic stress disorder symptoms. So it's really fascinating. You don't have to experience it through yourself to be traumatized. You can actually experience it intergenerationally. And so if we look back on the scales of time, like we're all probably traumatized to some degree. We all have had different neural connections firing as a consequence of intergenerational trauma. So this is just putting it together for me here. I'm wondering if it'll be the exact same song as Violet's Tale. Let's see.
Violet was a silent girl, she moved out at 16. A semi-detached council flat, paid for by a welfare scheme. Packing shelves at Tesco, stacking jars like pickled bricks. She met a boy named Stevie and he was a little prick. Violet was a silent girl and Violet she fell fast. See, Stevie was the wrong un, but he sure knew how to charm her. Every night he took her tight but never left the room. History repeats itself, he'd paint her black and blue and dark. She never stood a chance. The devil comes to dance. Violet.
Oh, that's creepy. This is so creepy. The way Ren becomes these characters that he's portraying is so powerful. He'd be a great actor because the way he can just change his demeanor so instantaneously and become this abuser, I mean, nothing short of talent, but also equally creepy, like the way he is faced on that door.
Violet, why are you always so quiet? On her bedroom door and he's irate. He's been drinking and smoking, he's up late, and he stands by a...
So really fascinating statistic here about drinking in the house. The people most inclined to be abused or to be victims of violence are the people who live with you. And this is what we're seeing out with Violet's Tale, is the father figure drinking and then lashing out on children. So really scary to think that if you're drinking in the house, the people you're likely to hurt the most are like your family or your roommates, and that's really terrifying. And you know, alcohol is the only drug we know in the world that increases rates of aggression and violence. So pair that with a night of sleeplessness, and it is absolutely terrifying to think about how unhinged people can get with under the influence of drugs and alcohol, but then also sleeplessness. It's like a terrible combination made in hell that can absolutely, don't make decisions when you're drunk, high, or sleep deprived, because it's not going to be a good decision.
The bedside she shakes, but her eyes stay shut. You fucking slut, I know you're up. And he pinches her eyelids and folds them up. Violet, why are you lying to me, Violet? She stays silent, things turn violent. That's the sound of his fists when they fall like a crashing pipe.
I'm curious, so Violet and violent, they just sound so close together. I'm sure there's some hidden meaning there, like Violet. Maybe it's just some alliteration, but I think there's some hidden meaning. They're almost spelled with the exact same letters, too. I wonder if you all have any thoughts on that. What do you think violet and violent means?
That's the sound of his fists when they fall like a crashing pilot. Hit like hailstones, one to the collarbone, full force, full blown, blood splat, bone crack, knick knack, paddy whack, one to the jaw when the tooth spat, detached fist connects and disconnects a bone. A quick deflect to misdirect the blow, but nonetheless his punches met her throat. Such a mess, he's left her bruised and broke. Violet, why you always so silent, Violet? Why you such a little liar, Violet? Do you think I want to do this, Violet?
Wow, the way he's kind of prancing around her and kind of circling this body, makes me think of like orcs from Lord of the Rings, how they kind of group together and like when they feed on things, they're kind of like all just possessed by this spirit of Mordor and Sauron. Like Ren has such a way, his posture of just being so persuasive and corruptible when he does that. It's like he's possessed by rage.
Bro, such a mess, he's left the bruised and broke. Violet, why you always so silent, Violet? Why you such a little liar, Violet? Do you think I want to do this, Violet? In character, she stays silent. Well, say something, Violet. Silence. Fucking say something, Violet. Silence. Wait. Say something, Violet. Not one word. She stays quiet. London City, far from pretty, 2005. A lady down in Paddington is fighting just to stay alive. The doctor, in a state of shock, saw something here so very wrong. See, Violet, she was pregnant. Poor Violet, she was 9 months gone. Turning to the doctor, Violet broke her side.
Wow, this is getting so emotional. Just the backstory of how these kids never really had a chance. Like, Screech was, just stealing, lying, cheating to stay alive. And Jenny stabbed for money. I mean, it's by her own twin brother. I mean, it's just so tragic. I was hoping that Violet's Tale had a positive swing and that the kids would do well, but no, of course not. Not with Ren. He has such a sobering music style and such a powerful way to beautifully spread tragic stories.
Silence, and she cried, if I'm to die right here tonight, please let my baby stay alive. The doctor soon regained composure, called the surgeon to come in. As Violet's world turned to black, the curtains closed, the lights went dim. In London City, far from pretty, 2005. A lady down in Paddington just lost the fight to stay alive. A tragedy or a miracle, it happened on these very streets.
Well, now we have the full story, that it wasn't a miracle. I mean, it's a miracle that the kids survived when Violet was basically dying due to that abuse. It's a miracle that they survived, that they were given life, that sometimes the cards just don't hit the favor and they died, being presumably teenagers. And that life does have inherent value, and it was worthwhile. It's just tragic how it ends. So it's hard to fully judge. It's hard to say it's overall a tragedy because they lived, and even if it was, lying, cheating, stealing, they seemed like they had the opportunity for life. And that's a blessing, regardless of how they died, right? How we die is like, 1% of our life, less than that. Holy smack. This is getting me really philosophical here, and grateful to be alive, grateful you're here watching this video. Thank you for staying towards the very end. I so appreciate you. You're amazing, and I'm so grateful you're part of this community.
Or miracle, it happened on these very streets. Two twins, aligned side by side. A girl named Jenny and a boy named Screech.
Wow. So I was not expecting the videos to be flipped there. So Violet's Tale coming after the tale of Jenny and Screech. I love the unification of it because it really blends it together so well. Even if it is two exceptionally sad stories back to back, I am so sobered by Ren, so emotionally exhausted by this song. I was not ready for that. Y'all hit me unexpectedly there. I was thinking it'd be a bit more neutral, maybe even a bit more positive, but thank you so much for recommending it. I so appreciate you being here. It means the world to me that you're supporting this channel and that we get to share some time together. And I look forward to seeing you in the next music therapy episode.